We are discussing sample paper for this academic year 2020-21. This particular sample paper has been issued by CBSE. So first of all, let's understand the structure of paper. Students, this paper having maximum marks 80 and time allotted is 3 hours. Let's understand the general instructions. Look, this question paper is having 4 sets A, B, C and D. There are total 36 questions and all are compulsory. Let's talk about each section now. First of all, here you can see your section A is having question number 1 to 20. All are carrying 1 marks. Here you will get multiple choice questions, very short answer type questions and assertion reason type questions. The answer should be given in one word or one sentence. Okay, let's move toward the section B. Look, section B is carrying 2 marks. You will find question number 21 to 26. These are short answer type questions and you have to give answer in about 30 to 50 words. Now let's talk about section C. 27 to 33. These are the serial number of questions here. All are carrying 3 marks. Okay, you have to give answer in about 50 to 80 words. Now the last one, section D. Question number 34 to 36 are here. These are long answer type questions carrying 5 marks each and the answer should be given in about 80 to 120 words. Okay, so there is no overall choice. However, internal choices has been provided in some questions and you have to attempt accordingly. Wherever necessary, neat and properly labeled diagrams should be drawn. So these are the general instructions given to you. Now students, we will discuss the chemistry portion here. So let's start it. In section A, we will discuss the chemistry questions which has been asked here. Now you can see clearly on your screen. The first question here is list any two observation when ferrous sulfate is heated in dry test tube. So students, you have to give any of the two observation when ferrous sulfate is heated. So let me tell you what happens then. So first of all, we all know that ferrous sulfate when heated forms ferric oxide along with sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So you can give answer like initial light green color changes to reddish brown color because ferric oxide is reddish brown in color. Then colorless gas evolve. The sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide, they are colorless. You can even give answer that gas with choking smell is evolved because they are having these characteristics. So any two answers can be given. Now have a look on the second question, the choice. Either first part or second can be attempted. It's identify the products formed when 1 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid is added to 1 gram of sodium metal. So students, when an acid react with a metal, you all know that there will be formation of salt and along with that hydrogen gas will evolve. So the answer should be sodium chloride and hydrogen gas. Now let's talk about question 2. Here the question says write the chemical name and formula of the salt used to remove permanent hardness of water. We all know that permanent hardness of water can be removed by washing soda. So its chemical name is sodium carbonate decahydrate and its formula is Na2CO3.10H2O. Okay, let's talk about the third question that is also from chemistry. It's which of the following is not observed in a homologous series? So you have to select one thing which you will not found as a characteristic of homologous series. Let's understand all options. First is change in chemical property. Second, difference in CH2 and 14U molecular mass. Gradation in physical properties, same functional group. So what do you think? Yes, the first one is the correct one. This change in chemical property is not the correct observation in a homologous series because we all know that a homologous series is just like a family having same chemical properties. There is gradation in physical property. all the member of a homologous series differ by CH2 unit. You can even say by the mass of 14U, and they all are having same functional group, because functional group determines chemical property of any compound. So these were the first three questions. Now here students, you can see this is the answer key marking scheme provided by CBSE, and you must go through it. This will help you to how to give the answers. Okay, now you can see this is the same manner in which you should write answer so that you can gain good marks. Okay, now there is one more question, that is assertion reason type question. Students, in assertion reason type question, you are having four sets of possible answers. Let me introduce it to you. First of all, you will get one statement that is called assertion, along with a reason that is the possible cause for it. Okay, either the assertion can be a correct sentence or not. The reason can be a correct sentence or not. And sometimes it may happen that both are correct, but reason has no link with the assertion. And sometimes reason can be correct explanation for assertion. Depending on it, you can give four type of answer. These are both A and R are true, and R is correct explanation of the assertion. Second possibility is both A and R are true, but R is not correct explanation of assertion. Third, A is true but R is false. Finally, A is false but R is true. Okay, these are the four possible answers that you can provide. Now have a look. Assertion has been written as, after whitewashing the wall, a shiny white finish on the wall is obtained after 2 to 3 days. Then reason says, calcium oxide react with carbon dioxide to form calcium hydrogen carbonate, which give shiny white finish. Now we have to analyze. First of all, the assertion. Yes, it's a correct statement. It happens whenever we do whitewashing after 2 to 3 days, it appears shiny. What's the reason behind it? The reason given here is incorrect, because in reality, when your whitewash reacts with carbon dioxide, it forms calcium carbonate, not calcium hydrogen carbonate. So we should write assertion is true and reason is false. It must be clear to all. Now let's move to the next question. Students, in section A, you will get a statement, okay? You will get something to read as you are seeing here, and then after that you will get 5 sets of answers along with that, and out of these 5 parts you have to attempt only 4. So let's go through it. First of all, here you can see you have been given information on metallic character and non-metallic character. You can read it. Okay, you can pause the video and you can read. So along with that, one graph has been provided to you. This graph is for atomic radius along with atomic number. Let me explain it. You have to read this graph in this manner, that with increase in atomic number, okay, you can see the atomic number are increasing, and just observe the atomic radius. The blue graph is for alkali metals, the first group. We can see there is elevation in the graph. It shows that with increase in atomic number, atomic radius is also increasing, and this is down the group, because lithium is the first metal which is on the top and cesium is on the bottom. Now the red one is for halogens. These are non-metals, and we can see that down the group atomic radius is increasing. Fluorine is on the top having least atomic radius, and you can see iodine, which is down the group, is having higher atomic radius. Now students, you have to observe this graph. Let's see questions one by one. First of all, on your screen, the first part, keep in mind there are 5 parts and you have to attempt just 4 out of them. Okay. Now here you can see the first part. It says, which of the following correctly represents the decreasing order of metallic character of alkali metals plotted in the graph? So you have to arrange these alkali metals in decreasing order of metallic character. For that, we must know that down the group metallic character increases, because down the group atomic size increases, nuclear charge decreases, and it is very easy for a metal to lose its electron. If a metal is able to lose its electron easily, definitely the metal is good. It's having more metallic character. So, keeping this in your mind, now we have to select the decreasing order. It means down the group we will find best metallic character and on the top least one. So, this is our answer: cesium, rubidium, potassium, sodium, lithium. Now, let's talk about the second part. It's hydrogen is placed along with alkali metal in modern periodic table, though it shows non-metallic character. So why it has been placed along with alkali metals? Students, the answer is hydrogen can lose one electron just like the alkali metal to form a positive ion. Okay, so you can see this is option B, which is the correct one. Now the third part must be visible to you. It's which of the following has highest electronegativity? Look, electronegativity is a property of non-metal, and the most electronegative metal, okay, the most electronegative element in modern periodic table is fluorine. So answer should be fluorine. Now let's talk about the other parts. Here on your screen, it's the fourth one. You have to identify the reason for gradual change in electronegativity in halogen down the group. What happens? Now let me tell you the idea for it. Down the group size is increasing and nuclear charge is decreasing. So it's difficult for a non-metal to accept electrons. Okay? So this is the reason electronegativity down the group decreases. Here you can read the options by pausing the video, and the correct answer is this C part. Electronegativity decreases down the group due to increase in atomic radius, tendency to gain electron decreases. Okay? Now let's talk about the last part, that is which of the following reason correctly justifies that fluorine 72 picometer has a smaller radius than lithium 152 picometer? For that you must have some idea about the modern periodic table. Students, fluorine and lithium both belong to second period. Lithium is on left, fluorine is on right. So what happens when you move from left to right? Yes, atomic radius decreases. So keeping this thing in your mind, the correct answer is here. Read the D sentence. It says fluorine and lithium are in same period and across the period atomic radius decreases from left to right. This is the answer. Now here this is the answer key. You can see the answers has been given here. Just note them, because in this manner you have to give answer. Okay, now we will move to the next question. This is the question from section B. So students, let me read this for you and I will explain how you have to give answer. Look, it has been written here: give a test that can be used to confirm presence of carbon in a compound with a valency of 4. How is carbon able to attain noble gas configuration in its compound? So this is the question which you have to give answer for, and you are having one more question in the same as a choice. Now students, first of all, one compound, okay, in air or in oxygen, the gas evolved must be carbon dioxide, and if it is carbon dioxide, it will turn lime water milky. So this is the test by which we can confirm presence of carbon dioxide in any compound. Now carbon is capable of forming its compound or attaining noble gas configuration by sharing of electron by forming covalent compound. So you can write that. Okay, here you can see the answers as well. Now let's talk about the other question which is given in the choice. The number of carbon compound is more The number of carbon compound is more than those formed by all other elements put together. Justify the statement by giving two reasons. Yeah, that's a good question, and it can be asked why carbon is so versatile. Okay, students, three properties can be mentioned here. First, catenation, then tetravalency and ability to form multiple bond. Here you can see the answers given by CBSE. Due to self-linking ability of carbon, that is catenation, then carbon has valency 4, it can form bond with 4 other atoms. Okay, they, they can be carbon, they can be hydrogen or any monovalent element. Due to small size of carbon, it can form strong stable bond with other elements. So you can write these. Now let's talk about the next question, that is the 24th, and this is also in your section B. Here a table has been given to you in which PQRS. These are four metals, and you have been given observation what happens when they react with MgSO4, ZnNO3 whole twice, CaSO4, Na2SO4. Students, one thing you have to keep in mind that a highly reactive metal, okay, a metal which is more reactive can displace a less reactive one from its salt. So you have to understand this thing, then you can give answer to the questions here. So keeping mind in all those observations which are given to you, you have to arrange the sample in increasing order of reactivity. So the reactivity order is this, and you can verify it by observing those data. Now, write the chemical formula of product formed when Q react with CuSO4. Okay, so when Q react with CuSO4, let's have a look. This is the Q, okay, it's reacting with copper sulfate. So for this, just have a look. It reacts with every element here. Okay, so students, this must be a highly reactive metal, and when it will react with copper sulfate, it will displace copper and form its own compound with sulfate. So this will be the answer. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 30. This question is from section C, and you all know that section C carries 3 marks. Now the first question is, which of the following reaction is exothermic reaction where decomposition also happens? So endothermic. So you have to select a endothermic reaction where decomposition is also happening. Look, every decomposition reaction is endothermic reaction. Okay, keep in mind. So keeping this thing in mind, we can easily identify the reaction, that is heating of lead nitrate and electrolysis of acidified water. Now the second part is silver chloride when kept in open turns gray. Illustrate this with balanced chemical equation. Students, silver chloride when kept in open, it decomposes in presence of sunlight to form silver and chlorine gas. Okay, so this thing you have to know. Now here this is the balance reaction. You have to write answer in this manner. Now, next one is 31st question, and this is also in section C. Have a look. You have been given table and it shows 5 elements A, B, C, D and E of modern periodic table. Okay, now this A is in second period first group. You must know it is lithium. Then D is on second group third period. So this is magnesium. Okay, in the same manner you can identify position of B. It's in second period and 17th group must be fluorine, and C must be your neon, because first element is helium, then second is neon, and in 18th group. Now E, this is in 15th group. Look, the first element in 15th group is nitrogen, and then after nitrogen it's phosphorus. So we have identified all the elements. Now we can give answer for these question. First of all, which element is metal with valency 2? Obviously group 2. So D is the answer. Then which is least reactive? Least reactive is they are the noble gases, so C is the answer. Out of D and E, which element has smaller atomic radius? D and E, have a look. When we move from left to right along a period, atomic size decreases. So answer is E. E is having smaller atomic radius. Okay? So it must be clear to you. Now let's talk about question number 32. And students, it is also a question of section C, carrying 3 marks. Now have a look. Explain the formation of calcium chloride with the help of electron dot structure. Then why do ionic compound do not conduct electricity in solid but conduct electricity in molten and aqueous state? They both are easy questions. Have a look here. This is the way we can show formation of ionic compound. Calcium is having atomic number 20 and electronic configuration is 288. Okay, one correction is needed here. This is the official answer key and one mistake has been produced here, that is 2. Outermost electron is 2. Okay, now chlorine is having atomic number 17, configuration will be 287. Students, now you know that calcium is having 2 electron in the valence shell. It will lose 2 of them in order to get noble configuration, and chlorine will accept 1. So this, in this manner, they will combine to form Ca2 positive and 2Cl negative, which you better write as C8Cl2. Okay, now